Voters are going to decide if marijuana should be legal for anyone 21 and older. Our Missouri Chief Capital
Marijuana use, harmful as it is in its own right, is often a prelude to the use of cocaine and other drugs.
Alcohol for alcohol is worse than marijuana. What's the
thrive?
Nobody should have to go to jail for smoking weed, right?
Yeah.
Cannabis, also commonly referred to as marijuana or weed, is a psychoactive drug that has sparked numerous arguments in America for over a century. The first known use of the cannabis plant dates back to 2800 BCE in China, when Emperor Shen Nung, also known as the father of Chinese medicine, listed the cannabis plant in his pharmacopoeia. Early medicinal uses of the plant have also been documented by Indian Hindus, Assyrians, Greek, and Romans. Fast forward to the present day, the use of cannabis has become widespread. As research on the plant has evolved, many countries have taken measures to regulate or completely eliminate its use. Even still, cannabis is commonly used in different variations for both medicinal and recreational reasons, and it plays a large role in popular culture as well. According to the CDC, marijuana is the most commonly used federally illegal drug in the United States. 48.2 million people, or about 18% of Americans, used it at least once in 2019. The use of cannabis has been a prevailing public controversy in the U.S. for the last few decades in ways that differ from other popular drugs. Cultivation and usage of the cannabis plant in America started during the colonial period for trading and medicinal purposes. Condemnation of the plant in the U.S. can be traced back to the end of the Mexican Revolution in 1910, when Mexican immigration was increasingly high and Mexican immigrants brought recreational usage of the plant with them. Prejudice against Mexican immigrants became associated with the drug. Despite a report issued by the New York Academy of Medicine stating that use does not induce violence, insanity, or lead to addiction, the Marijuana Tax Act of 1937 was passed, effectively criminalizing the drug on a federal level. Throughout the mid and late 90s, there were many efforts on both sides of the argument to either maintain or shift the perception of cannabis. The most influential change was in 1996 when California enacted Proposition 215, legalizing both the sale and medical use of cannabis for individuals with painful diseases such as cancer and AIDS. Tension between the government criminalizing the drug and states legalizing it still exists in the present day. Today it is fully legal in 21 states and fully illegal in 4. Other states allow its use in some cases, usually for medical reasons and without THC, which is the cannabinoid in some cannabis plants that causes those who use it to feel high. As states begin to decrease regulation of the drug, many have demanded that the drug be decriminalized. Many argue that the penalties imposed on those who use, possess, or sell the drug have been harsh and unjust, particularly against people of color. Studies have shown that black people are 4 times more likely than their white counterparts to be arrested for marijuana possession. As of 2022, 33 states have effectively decriminalized the drug, and some are even working towards removing the charges from the criminal records of those who were previously punished.
Marijuana was used for a variety of purposes, including its medicinal and spiritual properties. In the United States, marijuana wasn't widely used for recreational purposes until the early 1900s, when immigrants from Mexico brought the recreational practice of smoking marijuana to American culture. However, combining the Prohibition era and the resentment of Mexican immigrants during the massive unemployment and social unrest of the Great Depression led to 29 states outlawing cannabis by 1931. In recent years, however, attitude towards marijuana has shifted, and many countries and states have legalized the drug for recreational use. This has been motivated by a growing recognition of the drug's potential health benefits, as well as by a desire to regulate and tax the marijuana industry. However, this has not stopped the legalization of recreational marijuana to be a polarizing issue with both opponents and proponents. The proponents of recreational marijuana legalization point to the fact that legalization can dismantle the black market and improve the quality and safety control of marijuana. Also, they say that recreational marijuana is not lethally harming anyone, and legalizing it would allow police and courts to focus on more violent crimes. On the con side, there are concerns about the potential negative effects of marijuana. Marijuana is viewed by many as a gateway drug that may lead to the use of other addictive, more dangerous drugs. Marijuana itself is also addictive, and users may experience withdrawal symptoms such as irritability and anxiety. Opponents of legalization also like to point out to the fact that marijuana smokers suffer from restricted blood flow to the brain, memory loss, and an increased likelihood of depression. Finally, there are concerns about the potential for increased marijuana use among young people and about the potential negative effects on public health and safety. Overall, the history of recreational marijuana is complex and evolving. As more countries and states legalize the drug, the debate over the use of recreational marijuana is likely to continue.
Medical marijuana, commonly referred to as cannabis in the medical field, was first introduced in America by an Irish doctor named William O'Shaughnessy in the late 18th century. The seeds and roots were used to treat inflamed skin, urination issues, or STDs. However, in 1937, federal restrictions were first placed on the use and sale of cannabis by the Marijuana Tax Act. As a result, legal penalties began to increase and cannabis was dropped from the United States pharmacopoeia. In 1996, California became the first state to permit legal access and use of botanical cannabis for medical purposes. Now, in 2022, 39 states have officially legalized medical marijuana. Medical marijuana is now used to treat illnesses such as cancers, seizures, chronic pain, nausea, and more. It is interesting that medical marijuana is not viewed as negatively as recreational use because it is prescribed in the same forms as recreational, and a high can still occur and have the same effects. Medical marijuana has found to be a cheaper and more effective medicine such as hydrocodone, oxycontin, and morphine. The least controversial form of medical marijuana is the extract from the hemp plant known as CBD. This is because little to any high occurs when taking this. However, it has been seen to treat life-threatening conditions such as epilepsy. This is why medical marijuana is very crucial for people to have access to, and it should be legalized in all states.
A very common controversy that has emerged over the years is regarding the decision to keep marijuana illegal in some states, but allow for other psychoactive substances such as alcohol to remain legal. In a study conducted by drugabuse.com, researchers found that being under the influence of marijuana while driving increases the likelihood of an accident by 83%, while driving under the influence of alcohol increases the likelihood of an accident by over 2,200%, making alcohol-related accidents almost 25 times more likely than marijuana-related car accidents, yet alcohol remains legal in all states. And, according to a 16-year study of 65,000 people published in the American Journal of Public Health, healthy marijuana smokers aren't more likely to die earlier than non-smokers. Furthermore, the CDC reported 30,000 alcohol-related deaths in 2020, while not even having a statistical category to track marijuana-related deaths due to their extreme rarity. Furthermore, alcohol has also been proven to cause a wide variety of cancers, including cancers of the esophagus, stomach, colon, lungs, pancreas, and more. The controversy surrounding the legalization of marijuana throughout the United States has been one that has endured over the past several decades and shows no signs of slowing down, though trends indicate that more and more states will continue to legalize the psychoactive drug over the next 20 years or so. Regardless of any personal take on the debatable drug, it's important to weigh the pros and cons of such usage and to point out that the use of any psychoactive substance is always dangerous. Now, the question we leave to you is, why are certain substances such as alcohol legalized and sometimes even glorified by society, while others, such as marijuana, still stand illegal in some states?